Hey guys, I am back! And I know y'all are probably wondering, what are you back for this time, Dion? Because every single time you leave and you go on hiatus for a couple months, and you can't even stay on task to what you promised us, which is amazing content and videos and vlogging about your life. I know, you guys, it's been a couple of months since I have done a YouTube video. You know, like last year and the beginning of this year has been kind of tough, you know what I mean? And it is an excuse. I'm obviously gonna use excuses, but like, it's been a rough year for me in general. Like I've experienced a lot of, death, in, my personal life and my family. I told you guys my dad passed away last year in the summer. And then, my pastor, the church that I used to regularly attend when I was younger, he passed away in January. And then another church member had passed away in March. And then, there was a whole bunch of other things in life going on, work, etc. And it just kind of kept me down, you know what I mean? But I have been actually posting a lot of stuff on TikTok, and I want y'all to definitely follow me on there. And my socials are Lord Dion and absolutely everything, okay? Instagram, and that is also on TikTok, okay? Now, what's this video for, okay? I guess it's like life update, and it's kind of like more or less going over some of the goals and things that I had for myself and that I do have for myself this year. I think that, at the start of the year, I created a vision board, which I've never done before. This is the first time I've ever done a vision board. Well, that's not entirely true. I did do a vision board for 2022, and I got the 2022 part up on the vision board. And then I had like a couple things, but literally the board was completely blank with basically Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter signs. That's it in 2022. So this year we changed that second 2 to a 3. And quite honestly, I actually worked on it really well. I put all the goals and stuff up there. I put a lot of pictures, a lot of things. And so I guess within this video, I guess I'll tell you guys a little bit about what I want to try doing this year. I'm not going to show you my vision board because that's just for me, honey. And I'm not going to tell you absolutely everything because those things are for me, honey, until they're fruition, until you start to see them manifest in the earthly realm. Then I'll start to talk to you about more of those kind of things. At the start of the year, I feel like I came out of the gates gun blazing, right? And I think that's what we all do when we have like either these New Year's resolutions or these just goals for next year, or these goals for the next 5 years, etc. You come out of the gate blazing, right? And I had a lot of, consistency with a lot of the goals. For example, one of my goals this year is to learn another language, maybe even 2, to, start to learn another language. For a lot of you that know, during the pandemic, I actually was steadily learning like Korean on Rosetta Stone online, and then I kind of just like I put it down and didn't pick it back up. Well, at the start of the year, I downloaded an app, I paid for it, and every single day I would like do about like 30 minutes or something like that learning Korean. People ask me why Korean, Dion? Like what's the use of Korean in your life? Well, I watch a lot of Korean dramas, honey, and while I go to the bathroom and like wash my hands or step out of the room where the program is playing, I would like to be able to know what they're saying without having to read the subtitles. And also I would like that when I'm eating food, I don't have to focus like so heavily on eating, but also looking at the subtitles. So, and I watch a lot of Korean dramas, etc. I like the culture. I'd like to go to Korea one day. And I thought, it's just an asset for me. And another language that I want to learn is Spanish. I mean, also, I was also trying to learn Spanish during the pandemic as well too. And then those are things that I kind of put off. So at the beginning of the year, just to kind of kickstart things, I did start. I really did start the Korean, and I was doing really well with it. But then came March, and like I kind of set it down and I haven't kind of picked it back up, and I will be starting to pick that back up. One of the other things is, you know, obviously reading a lot more books as well this year. You know, that's something I actually love, reading books and stuff. Another one of the big things is, you know, finding love or participating in the dating stratosphere this year. So definitely in the summertime, I told myself, you know what, go on a date. God, you never put yourself out there. You never put yourself out there. You don't put yourself on the apps. You don't do anything. And it's kind of like what I learned, especially when my father passed away last year. You know, him and my mother were together for over 50 years. And I remember after he passed, I thought about something one day, and it was that, you know, how must it feel that like all of a sudden your partner, your life partner, is no longer with you in the physical form anymore, right? But then I also looked at it on the other end and I was like, but what a blessing and what a joy it probably was to have them, you know, during that past amount of years, that person who just gets you, who just supports you, who just, you know what I mean, puts up with you when nobody else puts up with you. And that's kind of what love is. Like, love a lot of times is, it's not just about the fact that like we adore each other, like, you know what I mean, like we like, you know, we're infatuated with each other. It's more or less sometimes you look at the other person and they look at you and they're like, you piss me off, you annoy me, but at the end of the day, you're probably the only person who will put up with me, and vice versa. And it's because of the things you know about me, because I've shared with you, and that's a testament to our love, right? And so I do want to experience love like that. I feel like I haven't been in love with somebody in a very long time, child. I can't even remember the last time I was in love with somebody. So I would like to, you know, see if it's still in there that I could love somebody in that way. And yeah, there's a lot of, you know, goals, like traveling goals. There's, you know, money goals, building a better relationship with money and things of that nature and what that looks like. I was, you know, in March, I kind of was a little bit down on myself because I was like, damn, like, you know, I'm not even, you know, anywhere with my goals. And I have fitness goals as well too, which I wasn't even going to the gym consistently at that time. But I will give you guys a little, you know, heads up, or, you know, a, you know, fast forward look at what the gym looks like for me right now. Right now, we are pleased to make it to day 6 in a row of the gym. We're pleased. I'm heavily pleased because, to be honest with you, a lot of times I cannot even make it past like day 3, day 2 sometimes, and then after I'm like, the rest of the week it's like it's a wrap. But I must you know, admit that I have been going to the gym about 6 days in a row this week actually, and it's feeling good, and it's feeling like, okay, you know what, I'm kind of getting back to that place where it can be more consistent, where like next week it's gonna be 5 days, it's gonna be 6 days, and it's just gonna be something that's just rudimentary. It's gonna be just fixed into my routine of every single day, and that's something that I'm wanting back again. And also the goal of just having a routine in your everyday is so important, especially when you get older. Like once you don't have that routine, it's kind of like you just like scathing through life, just doing nothing, right? And like you complaining about the fact that like you don't have enough time to get all these things done, when in actuality you do have time, but it's what you're doing with your time. And when you don't have a good like little routine and a date, like, you know, a little schedule for yourself, that you wake up at this time, you do this, you give yourself time for this and this and that, you won't have time for anything, honey, because the day just comes and hits you, and like you're like, damn, it's like you're trying to catch up with the day. And like right now, I want the day to start to catch up with me, because I'll be so far in advance of the things I'm doing that the day is gonna kind of be like, oh my goodness, Dion, like you far ahead. Like it's 2 o'clock for me, but it's 4 o'clock for you. You know what I mean? Like I want the day to catch up with me. So, but anyways, in March I was kind of disappointed about like where I was sitting with my goals, because I realized that like I had all this steam at the beginning of the year, and then all of a sudden it like poof went away. And I watched a video on YouTube. I can't remember who the content creator was, but she was saying that, you know what, you have to kind of give yourself a lot more grace when it comes to your goals and stuff like that. And you have to think about your goals as like seasons, you know, of the year, like the, you know, the seasons of the climate, you know what I mean? Like, and your geographical location, you know, at the end of the day, for the most part, at the beginning of the year, it's still winter. And what winter represents, like, you know, climate-wise, is that, like, hibernation. It's rest. It's staying inside more. It's all of those things. What does spring represent? Spring represents you, or, you know, it represents a climate that, you know, things are sprouting up. Everything's getting kind of warm. Everything's either melting. The ground is getting a little bit less hard, things like that. Things are beginning to start to bud and bloom, right? And then, you know, and then you get that rain too as well. That kind of helps to nourish whatever, you know, plant or thing you've got going on, so that it can fully get all of its nutrients, because what's coming up next? Summertime. And summertime is dead heat. And you need to be ready, because summertime is like that's where you're gonna be able, where the plants, where everything is like, everything's coming out. You're seeing the green grass. You're seeing the fullness of all these flowers coming into bloom. And then you get into fall, and fall starts to, you know, you start to kind of slow down, but you start to kind of store up, because you know what season is coming next. It's winter, right? And you most likely will be hibernating. And you kind of have to like refer your goals to the seasons and the climate, right? And so don't get so mad at yourself at the beginning of the year if you feel like, man, I'm really not getting a lot done. I'm only getting a little bit, but I would like to get a lot more done. And sometimes, like, you will give yourself so much heck for not getting things done at that time. But when all of a sudden you have like 9 more months, honey, like, and spring is coming up, and you'll be more inclined, even just biologically more inclined, because of, you know, the heat, because of more sun, the vitamin D, what that does to your mental. You'll actually be more inclined to get a lot more of your goals and things done. But guess what? You gotta be ready, so that when summer comes, you can start to push out things and they start to just bloom, right? If you're not ready by that time, if you didn't do anything in the winter, and if you didn't do anything in the spring, then, I mean, summer's not gonna be really good for you, because by the time you're trying to push out things, it'll be fall time, and it'll be time for you to maybe kind of store up and kind of get ready for the next season. And so when I use that kind of, I guess, analogy or whatever it's called, to my life and to my goals, it made me start to feel a lot better, right? It made me feel like I need to give myself more grace. And I guess this video is to all of you that are feeling that way right now. It's May somewhere in the world. I mean, it's May everywhere in the world. But it's May right now, and, you know, I mean, geographically, wherever you are, I mean, in some places in the world it's a little bit different, but I'm in Canada here, and, you know, I'm in Calgary, honey, girl, honey. Today is like 27 degrees. Like, this week has been, I mean, you know what I mean, Miss Girl, like, this week has been really giving it. So we need to, like, really just get out there, enjoy yourself, get those goals, get those things, get the routine going, and don't be so down on yourself. This year is yours, and I really do feel like this year is mine as well too. Every weekend that I have right now, and especially this weekend, I'm calling it my $1 million weekend. Or I was saying $1 billion weekend. Why I'm saying that is because, like, every day that you have off from work, honey, and this is my day off, is $1 million day. It's $1 billion day. Especially if you're trying to, like, try things that are new, you know, advance yourself in some way, learn something new, put yourself out there in some different type of way. It's $1 million day, because you are able to do that today. You are able to tackle your dreams today with a lot of times no interruption from outside sources, because it is your day off. Unless you have to get all these errands done, etc., blah, blah, blah. But even in that, it is your day to make yourself amazingly great, above anything that you have ever seen personally within yourself. It's that day for you. You know what I mean? And so I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited to be talking to you guys. We're gonna be pushing out these videos. You know, sometimes, here's the thing, there's a video that I have coming up on TikTok, but I'll say it here that perfection, whoever said that perfection is the enemy of progress, it 100% is. I'm so stuck. I'm one of those people that I'm stuck in, if it doesn't look good aesthetically, I'm not putting it out. You know what I mean? And I feel like for content creators in a whole, that is one of their biggest, like, setbacks. And I think that's a setback to anybody in any type of career in life, or any type of thing that they're trying to do that is new. you want the end goal at the beginning. You want it to look amazing. You want it to be like, have no pitfalls, no hiccups, no nothing. Nothing in this life goes that way. Nothing. But a lot of times we just want that perfection to be that first part to be perfect, and that really ruins your progress. It really 100%. If you go to the gym today and you haven't been in the gym in a long time and you have a shitty workout and you feel like when you leave the gym, you're not feeling like the muscles that you were trying to target, you're gonna feel like, damn, I don't even want to go back tomorrow, right? But it's not about that first day you go to the gym. It's not about that first day. It's about the routine. It's about the discipline that you're gonna have for yourself, that you're gonna show up tomorrow, that even though yesterday's workout wasn't that great, right? Don't let that ruin your progress. And so that is one of the biggest things for me, and that's maybe why I'm not consistent in my life in so many different ways, is that I'm looking at perfect before progress. And that is one of the goals and one of the things that we're working on this year, is to set aside the perfection and work on progress. Now, y'all already know what I'm about to say. If you like this video, of course, like it. If you want to see more videos like this, of course, subscribe to my channel, because guess what? Anytime I post something, if you click the bell as well too, you are gonna get a notification that Lord Dion has posted something, and so you won't be in the dark like all these other people, honey. Ciao. But what you also need to do is you need to follow me on my socials, Lord Dion on Instagram, Lord Dion on TikTok. And TikTok, we're doing big things, honey. I'm getting my little views and everything up, and I'm like, damn, Lord Dion is doing a little thing. And I'm trying to push some of those people to come onto YouTube, because at the end of the day, a lot of times when I'm doing reviews of reality television shows and everything like that, I can't be doing like these extensive reviews across a whole bunch of videos, because the algorithm and the views and all that kind of stuff, all that jargon. So please support both sides, and we will be back here really, really soon, and I promise that, with another video. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.